talk about the 4 biggest LARP genres. And welcome to day 32 of Sonja's Adventures. You might think, live action roleplay, that's like Lord of the Rings in real life. And you're both correct and completely wrong. Because in LARP there's like 1,000,000 settings that go far beyond that. And here's the 4 most popular ones. Number 1, fantasy. This is of course the most common genre. General rule of thumb, if there's some form of magic involved, it's probably fantasy. The inspiration for fantasy LARP go from Lord of the Rings to games like The Dark Eye and even Harry Potter. There's vampire life, there's medieval fantasy, and there's even Terry Pratchett events. So the list is endless, and it's often a mix of all of them. One of the most popular events in fantasy LARP is the Conquest of Mythodea. With more than 8,000 people, a campground of 100 hectares, and close to Hanover in Germany, it's probably the biggest in the world. You'll find all the information on live-adventure.de. Number 2, Post-Apocalyptic LARP. The second biggest genre is probably post-apocalyptic. It's any kind of setting that involves some sort of catastrophe that led to the end of society as we know it. That involves anything from zombies to the invasion of aliens or a nuclear fallout. The main focus of the LARP is the pure survival in a harsh and very hostile surrounding. The biggest post-apocalyptic events in Germany are all done by one organization, Lost Ideas. The F.A.T.E, for example, is an event where you use Nerf guns, walk around like this, and try to survive nuclear contamination in huge bunkers. Number 3, Historical LARP. With historical LARP, I mean any roleplay that is set in the past. Maybe the Roaring '20s, the Wild Wild West, or medieval times. The cool thing about historically inspired LARP is that you can experience societies in different times that actually existed. An example for a Western LARP event is Hell on Wheels from these cool guys in the Czech Republic. Number 4, Sci-Fi LARP. Science fiction LARP includes settings that are inspired by books, movies, shows and games like Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars, Star Trek or Warhammer 40k. So you might use a lightsaber or an airsoft or a Nerf gun as your weapon. From what I could see online, there's actually a huge Warhammer 40k community in Russia. In Germany, you can find the Warhammer community on facebook.com/42klarp, and they even have an event in October 2018. So in short, fantasy, post-apocalyptic, historical and sci-fi are the biggest genres in LARP. And of course I'm only talking from the German or European perspective on LARP. This might be completely different in the US. Oh, and one last thing. What's up with this brassard? Well, that's a story for a different day.
Hey there, did you like the video? Then hit like on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube for daily videos.